Okay. P14, which of the following amine is optically active? Now, for an amine to be optically active, it must have an asymmetry, and secondly, it should contain a chiral carbon. So now, looking at the options, first, second, and third are definitely ruled out because there is no chiral carbon nor there is asymmetry associated with the molecule. So अब अगर ऑप्शन 4 में देखें सेक ब्यूटाइल अमाइन, इनफैक्ट ब्यूटाइल के 4 आइसोमर्स में ओनली one of the isomer, which is sec butyl, will be always optically active, because when sec butyl is attached to any functional group, this carbon, which is attached to methyl, ethyl, H, and the functional group, will always be a chiral carbon, and that will show optical activity, meaning the sec butyl amine will be optically active. Remember, in the butyl ka 4 isomers, N-butyl, isobutyl, sec-butyl, and tert-butyl, only sec-butyl can show the optical activity because of the presence of chiral carbon. बाकी कोई ब्यूटाइल के आइसोमर्स ऑप्टिकल एक्टिविटी नहीं शो करते हैं. Next, which of the following compound has D configuration? Now, this capital D notation was with regards to carbohydrates or even the अल्फा अमाइनो एसिड्स जो प्रोटीन के मोनोमर्स होते हैं. ठीक है. सो दैट प्रोटीन का मोनोमर्स रिलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन बायोमोलिक्यूल्स. बट एज ऑफ नाउ मैंने कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के लिए बताया था दैट डी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के लिए वी शुड हैव द OH ऑन द राइट, एंड दैट शुड बी फॉर द सेकेंड लास्ट कार्बन ऑफ द कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स. नाउ अगर फर्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर को देखो तो द CHO ग्रुप इज गिवन एट द बॉटम. तो जो टॉप प्रायोरिटी फंक्शनल ग्रुप होता है वो हमेशा टॉप पे होना चाहिए. So if I rotate this molecule by 180 degree, I will get the OH on the left and H on the right with the CH3 at the bottom. Now by definition, second last carbon ka OH, if it is on the left with regards to the top priority functional group at the first carbon, then this particular configuration would be capital L configuration. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Now look at the second example. Now in second example, on the vertical lines, you have a methyl group and you have a primary alcoholic group. Tell me, if we start numbering the carbon atoms, which will get the priority?
Alcohol.
The alcohol. तो इस केस में भी आपको 180 से रोटेट करना पड़ेगा, so that the top priority group lies on the top of the vertical line and the CH3 group comes down, and now the NH2 would be on the left and H on the right. ठीक है. अब जैसे हम sugars में OH को देखते हैं for the second last carbon, for the proteins we see the amino group on the left hand side और on the right hand side. तो ये left है, इसीलिए this will be capital L. Again, in the next example, a similar example here, the top priority group I'll take up, then there is a methyl group which will be down, and now there is H with NH2. Now in this case, the NH2 group lies on the right, hence this will be a capital D configuration. And last में भी आपको CH2OH को ऊपर लाना पड़ेगा. So all the molecules which were given in example in the options were to be rotated. Okay, तो इस केस में OH group on the left, this will be L configuration. I hope this question is clear with regards to what is capital D and what is capital L. They are the notations given to biomolecules, which is carbohydrates and proteins. Carbohydrate या sugars में second last carbon का OH दिखना होता है, and the condition is the top priority group should be at the top of the vertical line. Okay. On the basis of this, if the OH or NH2 is on the left, it is a capital L configuration. Vice versa, it will be capital D. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Next, which of the following is not an isomer of allyl alcohol? Now, just by looking at the name, you should be able to answer it. What is the hint to answer this question?
Functional group isomers.
Functional group isomers. Perfect. And acha, tell me, allyl alcohol is a functional isomer of what all compounds? You said functional group isomers. So, what functional group isomers does
Unsaturated ether.
hmm, unsaturated ether? Allyl alcohol is an unsaturated alcohol. It's a functional isomer of unsaturated ether. उसके अलावा
Aldehyde
aldehydes,
ketone.
ketones, a cyclic ether, or a cyclic alcohol. So in सब cases में the du becomes equal to, what is the du for all these
One.
compounds? One. अगर आप du के हिसाब से भी solve करो तो the answer is very very easy. So definitely allyl alcohol will be an isomer of acetone but not 1 propanol because इसका du तो 0 हो जाएगा. 1 to epoxy propane. Now what is epoxy? When you have a cyclic ring with oxygen in the ring as a part of the ring, it is called an epoxide. It is called an epoxide. So here, if we have the simplest of the epoxide with oxygen, this is actually representation of a cyclic ether with du equal to 1 and 3 carbon atoms overall. So this is 1 comma 2 epoxy propane. There are total 3 carbon atoms and epoxy matlab oxygen is part of the ring and epoxy is the name given to cyclic ether. So ये cyclic ether represent कर सकता है and cyclopropanol matlab it represents a cyclic alcohol. So these are all the isomers of allyl alcohol except propane one all. Next, total number of structural isomers of C4H10O is. What does this molecular formula represent?
Alcohol ether.
Yes, because it represents the general formula of the type CN, H2N plus 2O, which can be visualized as alkane O. And alkane O represents the organic compounds alcohol and its functional isomer ether. Now, when they ask structural isomers, we have to find total number of alcohol and ethers. So now, किसी भी functional group के related, if you want to find the isomers, the simple trick is separate the functional group and represent the carbon in terms of alkyl group. Separate the functional group. For alcohol, separate the OH. Then represent the carbon atoms, which is 4, in the form of an alkyl group. Then tell me, for butyl, how many isomeric structures can you get? ब्यूटाइल के कितने आइसोमर्स है? हेलो.
4.
4. N-butyl, isobutyl, sec-butyl and third butyl, right? तो एक सिंपल चीज क्या याद रखना है फॉर आइसोमर्स separate the functional group and represent the carbon in terms of alkyl. And remember that methyl and ethyl has only one possible arrangement, but propyl have How many structures possible?
2.
2. Butyl has 4 and pentyl has
8.
8. That's it. Isomers ढूंढने का ये सबसे simplest trick है. Functional group separate करो, represent the remaining carbon in terms of alkyl, and then whatever number of alkyl structures are possible, they are their structural isomers. अब ether के लिए, what is a functional group?
ROR dash.
ROR dash. So functional group is an oxygen atom which is surrounded with two alkyl groups. अब 4 कार्बन आपके पास है और 2 में सेपरेट करना है, तो सिंपल मैं हमेशा पूछता हूँ आपको, इफ यू हैव 4 chocolates and you want to distribute them into 2, what are the possible distributions?
3 and
2, 2 and 3, 1.
3 and 1, 2 and 2. 3 and 1 के लिए how many possible arrangements can I have?
2 possible arrangements.
Because this propyl can have n propyl and isopropyl and methyl का तो एक ही है, and 2 के लिए
1.
just one. So total यहाँ पर there will be 3 isomeric ethers possible. So structural isomers will be 4 plus 3, which is equal to 7. Now इसमें if I just cancel off the word structural and if I ask you total number of isomers, then what should have been the answer? If I cancel out the word structural and I ask total number of isomers of C4H10O is, then you have to think about structural and
Stereo.
stereo. अब in case of butyl alcohols and ether, GI तो possible नहीं होगा because the du is equal to 0. याद रखना, with du equal to 0, the GI is never ever possible. जिसमें भी GI possible होगा, du bare minimum 1 होना चाहिए. ठीक है, so GI ruled out. Stereo में among the butyl alcohols only one is optically active and that is,
Sec butyl.
that's what I said in the previous question. तो यहाँ पर 4 plus 1 आ जाएगा, उसके डेक्स्ट्रो एंड लीवो होगा, बट वन ऑफ देम इज अ स्ट्रक्चरल आइसोमर ऑलरेडी काउंटेड, सो 4 plus 1 करना पड़ेगा. और ईथर के केस में देयर इज नो अरेंजमेंट व्हिच कैन हैव द ऑप्टिकल एक्टिविटी पॉसिबल, मतलब नाउ इट विल बी 4 plus 3 plus 1 which is equal to 8. 8 will be the total isomers. इसी क्वेश्चन में लिख लो total isomers of C4H10O. Is that clear? Next, the formula C3H6O2 represents. This formula represents a general type CnH2nO2 which can represent
Acid ester.
acid and ester. Now, acid ester के अलावा there are many other compounds which can be represented by this formula. जैसे we can have an unsaturated diol, unsaturated diether, a cyclic ring with a diol, a cyclic ring with a diether. तो ये सारे भी possibilities है, because इसका भी du is 1 but now there are 2 oxygen atom. तो जैसे हमने CnH2nO2 के लिए cyclic alcohol cyclic ether बोला था, और CnH2nO2 it will have a cyclic diol and a cyclic diether. An unsaturated diol and an unsaturated diether. तो जो मैंने लिस्ट वहां पर बताया है, खाली यहाँ पर अब डाईथर डाई अल्कोहल कर दोगे तो CnH2nO2 के भी सारे पॉसिबल कंपाउंड्स आपको समझ में आ जाएंगे. ठीक है, but for this question the options which you see are acids and ester only. ठीक है, अब for an acid separate of the functional group which is COH, And now represent the remaining carbon. How many are remaining?
Three.
Nine. When
Two.
you separate the functional group containing a carbon, then one of the carbon is already gone in the functional group separation. So आप represent the carbon यानी remaining carbons which will be two in the form of an alkyl group, that is ethyl. So ethyl with COH, what's the name of this acid?
Propanoic acid.
Propanoic acid. So it can represent propanoic acid. Esters के case में separate the functional group. What is that? What is ester functional group?
RCOR.
RCOOR. Functional group जब पूछो तो R नहीं बोलना है. You have to just talk about COO. That is the functional group. Now represent the remaining carbon. Remaining carbon are two. So two carbons can be distributed as methyl and methyl. But for an ester, this functional group can be bonded to a H also. Yes or no? It can be a derivative of formic acid also. So one carbon agar lost hai, and if you bond it with H, the alkyl on the other side would be ethyl. So these are two possible esters which are possible. Now tell me the nomenclature for this. How do you name the ester? If I have a general nomenclature structure for esters as RCOR dash, what was the rule to name this?
Alkoxyalkanoate.
Nah. It's not alkoxy.
Alkyl alkanoate.
Alkanoate. And the alkyl to be named is R or R dash?
R dash.
R dash. So name the R dash first, matlab methyl, and then total carbon jitna bachega, that will be alkanoate. So this will be methyl ethanoate. Matlab this is also a valid ester for three carbon atoms, and this would be named as
Ethyl methanoate.
ethyl methanoate. मतलब C3H6O2 के तीन isomers हो सकते हैं, and those three isomers are given in the options, meaning the formula can represent all the three. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
चलो, tell me C4H8O2 के लिए how many acids will be possible? Apply the trick of separate the functional group,
4.
represent the remaining carbon
2
as
acids.
alkyl. It will not be 4, it will be 2. 4 क्यों नहीं होगा? Because when you separate the functional group representing the carboxylic acid, one carbon is gone. So separating the functional group के बाद represent the remaining मतलब 4 में से एक गया तो बचा 3. अब 3 मतलब you will have propyl, and propyl can have two possible arrangements, मतलब दो acids होंगे. अब esters के लिए separate the functional group COO. Now what can be the possibilities? Remaining three carbon.
0, 4.
नहीं, 4 कैसे आएगा?
Sorry. 0, 3 and 2, 1.
0, 3 and 2, 1. Perfect. When you say 0, matlab there is H bonded over here and C3H7 on the right. And when you say 2, 1, now 2, 1 maybe there can be
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
1, 2 and 2, 1. Because esters में R and R dash can't be interchanged. It can represent a different structure. When you talk about ethers या ketones, उसमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता है because both the alkyl groups are bonded to the same atom. But esters के लिए 2, 1 and 1, 2 will represent a different structure altogether. Am I very clear on this? Bolo. So the first will be having two possible structures, Next two will have one each. Matlab total there will be 6 acids and esters possible. I'm just talking about acids and esters over here. But कैसे represent करना है उसका once again the trick is step number 1, separate. Everyone separate the functional group. Then functional group separate करने के बाद जितने कार्बन बचे represent the remaining carbon in terms of alkyl group. That's it. These two simple steps will help you to identify the isomers for a given molecular formula in a very, very easy manner. Okay. These are all questions from module 1 homework. Next. Total number of stereoisomers of compound is. For stereoisomers, you have to see the stereocenters and symmetry. Stereoisomers वाले क्वेश्चन के लिए आपको स्टीरियो सेंटर और सिमेट्री मतलब ये 3S वाला रूल फॉलो करना है. स्टीरियो आइसोमर्स, स्टीरियो सेंटर एंड सिमेट्री. तो सबसे पहले टेल मी व्हाट स्टीरियो सेंटर्स डू यू सी.
Optical.
ऑप्टिकल मतलब स्टीरियो सेंटर इज एन ऑप्टिकल सेंटर एंड इज देयर अ सिमेट्री इन द मॉलिक्यूल.
No.
No.
So if there is no symmetry, the number of stereoisomers are given by the formula
2 raised to n.
2 raised to the number of stereo center, and the stereo center are 2. That's why the answer will be equal to 4. That's it. Next one. Total number of stereoisomers in above compound is once again stereoisomers, matlab stereo center and symmetry. So how many stereo centers do you see?
2.
Why 2?
3.
Now tell me the middle carbon, will it be a stereo center?
No.
No.
No. Oh.
मिडल वाला कार्बन तो स्टीरियो सेंटर नहीं होगा बिकॉज फॉर दिस कार्बन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड वाला ग्रुप एंड द राइट हैंड साइड वाला ग्रुप इज आइडेंटिकल. दो ग्रुप जब क्लैश हो जाएंगे तो इट विल नॉट हैव द
Chirality.
कायरलिटी पॉसिबल. मतलब यहाँ पर जो स्टीरियो सेंटर है वो दो ही है. यस और नो.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
नाउ फॉर दिस स्टीरियो सेंटर्स is there a symmetry?
Yes.
And if there is symmetry, what is the formula to be applied?
2 raised to n minus 2 raised to n by 2 minus 1.
2 raised to n minus 2 raised to n by 2 minus 1. बराबर. तो अब 2 स्टीरियो सेंटर के लिए व्हाट वैल्यू डू यू गेट?
3.
3. यहाँ पर ऑप्शंस में गड़बड़ है. द करेक्ट आंसर शुड बी इक्वल टू 3. ठीक है, तो ये करेक्शन कर लो. Just cancel off this option and the answer will be option 2, but the answer will be 3. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
सेंटर पे कार्बन है उसमें कायरलिटी पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. अंडरस्टूड.
Yes, sir.
Next, the relation between the two compounds given is. Now, what type of projection is it?
Wedge.
Wedge dash. So by default, we have to convert this into
Fisher.
Fisher. अब उसमें the first and the last carbons, if they are like this, then the dashed wedge will always be appearing on the left or right.
left,
अगर मुझे इसको फिशर में कन्वर्ट करना है तो दिस विल बी माय फर्स्ट वैलेंसी, दिस विल बी द फोर्थ लास्ट वैलेंसी, सेकंड एंड थर्ड पे द डैश वाला पार्ट विल बी ऑन द लेफ्ट एंड द वेज वाला पार्ट विल बी ऑन द राइट। मतलब इस केस में आप देखोगे तो दे आर ऑन द सेम साइड। ठीक है, अब ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है, बिकॉज इफ दे गिवन दिस फॉर्मेट देन क्या हो जाता है, सेकंड वाला जो वैलेंसी है वो डैश वाला जो है वो लेफ्ट में आएगा, बट थर्ड के केस में द डैश वन विल बी ऑन द राइट बिकॉज हियर दिस पर्टिकुलर वैलेंसी इज नाउ रोटेटेड। आर यू गेटिंग दैट? कन्वर्जन्स में बताया ना।
yes sir,
So just remember how the dash wedge projection is given, उसके basis पे you will convert it into Fisher. So here, this particular conversion will have the COH and the COH on the vertical line. Now, for the second carbon, methyl will be on the left and H will be on the right. Similarly, H will be on the left and methyl will be on the right. Then next wale mein, the COH and the COH once again are lying on the vertical line. Sorry. The CH3 groups are lying on the vertical line. Second carbon pair, tell me, how will you arrange?
H on the left and COH on the right.
H on the left and COH on the right. Then again H on the left and COOH on the right. Up, the best way to solve this type of question is to identify the RS configuration. For this compound, COH will get the highest priority, followed by this carbon and then the methyl. So now it will be in the clockwise, घूम रहा है clockwise, but H is on the,
Right side.
so it will be
S.
S. Similarly, this COH will have the highest priority, followed by second and third, घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. Next में COH, this carbon and the methyl, घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. COH, this carbon and the methyl, घूम रहा है anti-clockwise होगा R. What relation do you see?
Diastereomers.
Diastereomers. Sure. मैंने क्या बोला था? For two chiral carbon, if your configuration is RS and SR, and if there is a symmetry, then they will be identical. If one configuration is fixed and other is changing, it will be diastereomers. If there is SS and RR या vice versa, then they will be enantiomers. और RS with SR अगर symmetry ना हो तो भी enantiomers होता है. So these were the simple tricks to be followed. Now you can clearly see one of the configuration remains fixed and other is changing. मतलब undoubtedly they are diastereomers of each other. Understood?
Yes, sir.
How many meso stereoisomers are possible for 2,3,4 pentane triol? Now 2,3,4 pentane triol matlab you will have 5 carbon atoms in the chain. Second, third and fourth will have the OH groups, and if you satisfy the valency you will have like this. So it's similar to the bromine wala example. Now, if I convert this into the Fisher projection with the three OH groups lying on the intersection, methyl at the top and methyl at the bottom. और mesomers के लिए it should have a symmetry. Now for symmetry, I can have H and OH over here, H and OH over here. So now the molecule has been broken down into equal parts. अब इस particular carbon पे I can have H with OH या फिर I can also have H with OH, H with OH. Now this is already symmetrical, but इस वाले carbon पे if I interchange, then also the symmetry is retained. मतलब this particular molecule and the second molecule both are meso compounds because both are having a plane of symmetry. ठीक है, और इसके अगर इनेंशियोमर्स की बात करूं, सी 3 कार्बन के लिए स्ट्रक्चरल डिटेल्स मैंने नहीं बताया था, बट सिंस वी हैव अ क्वेश्चन आई एम जस्ट डिस्कसिंग दिस. आई हैव मिथाइल एंड मिथाइल एट द टॉप एंड बॉटम. ठीक है, सो नाउ ध्यान देना, इफ आई हैव द अरेंजमेंट्स, तो 3 OH के लिए 1 कैन बी ऑन द राइट एंड 2 कैन बी ऑन द लेफ्ट. अब इसमें और कॉम्बिनेशंस अगर आप सोचोगे कि 2 ऑन द left and 1 on the right, if you look at this arrangement and rotate by 180 degree, it is one and the same. मतलब यहाँ पर आपको एक ही ऐसा अरेंजमेंट मिल सकता है जहां पर एक OH ऑपोजिट है एज कंपेयर टू द टू. अब जो भी पॉसिबल अरेंजमेंट्स आप देखो, यू विल हैव द सेम अरेंजमेंट. अब इफ आई टेक द मिरर इमेज ऑफ दिस, आई विल हैव दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर पॉसिबल. इसका मतलब यहाँ पर दिस इज अ मीजो कंपाउंड. In fact, first and two both are meso compounds, and these two are the enantiomers of the given molecule, pentane 2,3,4 triol. अब यहाँ पर going back to the question, look at this. Was it similar to what we have just discussed? मतलब ये कार्बन कायरल नहीं है, लेकिन the H and Br can have two possible arrangements. और अगर दो पॉसिबल अरेंजमेंट्स है तो उसके दो मीजो कंपाउंड्स और दो इनेंशियोमेरिक कंपाउंड्स बन सकते हैं. मतलब इस केस में अप्लाइंग दिस फॉर्मूला विल नॉट बी वैलिड. तो इसके जो स्टीरियो आइसोमर्स हैं वो 4 ही होंगे एंड दैट वाज अ करेक्ट ऑप्शन. यहाँ पर मैंने जानबूझ के आपको सेंट्रल कार्बन कायरल नहीं है वो हिसाब से applying the formula gives you the answer as 3, but when you look at the possible arrangements of 3 chiral carbon with the middle chiral carbon actually having 2 meso arrangements possible, the total stereoisomers is not going to be 3, it's going to be equal to 4. 35 का आंसर 4 ही है, और उससे रिलेटेड 41 पेंटेन 2,3,4 ट्रायोल में मीजो स्टीरियोमर्स कितने हैं वो पूछा था, तो द आंसर इज 2. देयर विल बी 2 मीजो एंड 2 इनेंशियोमर्स. टोटल तो 4 ही होंगे. So remember this as a very important case of a molecule having 2 chiral carbon and the central having a symmetry associated with the molecule. So there will be 2 enantiomers and 2 mesomers, which is equal to 4 stereoisomers. 35 and 41, very, very. Am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Next, if optical rotation produced by given molecule is plus 36 degree, then that produced by another molecule is. Now, how can you solve this question?
Check the relation.
Get the relation, and relation could be obtained by
RS.
RS. See, खाली molecule को देखकर it is very difficult to identify what is the relation between them. That's the reason I have stressed more on the RS configuration and then understanding the relation between them. So if I talk about this particular chiral carbon, this chlorine, then carbon and then methyl, घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S, then chlorine, this carbon and methyl घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. Now once again here chlorine, then this carbon and methyl घूम रहा है anti-clockwise होगा R, and chlorine, this carbon and methyl घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. Now if I ask you the relation between them, they are
Diastereomers.
diastereomers, and this particular molecule which is having a symmetry is actually a mesoform, and if it is a mesoform it is optically it's a mesoform, right? Because when you have two chiral carbon and there is a symmetry, then the two structures which you can obtain are identical and they are mesoforms, and mesoisomers are optically
Inactive.
Inactive.
inactive due to internal compensation. So how much optical rotation will be produced by this compound?
0.
0.
Zero. That's how you have to answer this. Understood.
So can you explain how it has a pause?
See, दिखने में यहाँ पर pause नहीं है, but just look at the configuration. If you have seen the shortcut, अगर दो molecules दिए, and if you have a symmetry क्यों है? Not on the basis of the observation. If you look at the valency, this carbon is bonded with methyl, H and Cl, then again HCl and methyl. मतलब ये दोनों chiral carbon में अगर देखोगे तो valencies are same, and if the valency is same, can I say there is a pause? Yes or no, Rishi?
So then why the first one doesn't have a pause?
Because the configurations are such. See, 1 and 2 में what possible configurations I can get is RR, उसके सामने SS. Then I can get RS with SR, या SR with RS, या फिर RR with SS, right? ये combinations हैं. मैंने क्या बोला था? With RR and SS, relation between the two isomers would be enantiomers. RS with SR या SR with RS, if there is a symmetry in the molecule related to the same valencies, then these molecules are identical. तो SS या RR होता तो it would be an enantiomer, ना? Because it's an enantiomer, it is having some rotation. But अगर वो RS या SR वाला configuration आ जाता है, then identical मतलब it is equivalent to a mesoform. And अगर वो mesoform है मतलब it will be optically inactive. That's why looking at the molecule there is a confusion. Symmetry नहीं समझेगा. Because you don't have the chlorine actually on the horizontal line. यहाँ पे vertical line पे दे दिया है उन्होंने. Molecule में symmetry तो है, दिखने पर नहीं है. But if you just rearrange the chlorine and the methyl group, then you will get this type of structure which will definitely have a symmetry. इसलिए मैंने बोला स्ट्रक्चर को देखकर अगर आप सोचोगे you will always go wrong. That's the reason, just understand the RS configuration. Rishi, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Confusion है? Yes? Next, which of the following biphenyls is optically active? Biphenyls is optically active. Now, biphenyl are the molecules in which there is a phenyl group attached directly to another phenyl group. Phenyl bonded to another phenyl group. Okay. अब this phenyl group का carbon, if I ask the hybridization of the phenyl वाला carbon, what is that?
sp2.
sp2. मतलब this entire molecule is planar. Now, if I attach some groups at the ortho position, like bromo and iodo or any other bulkier groups, तो ये दो bulky groups अगर ortho position पे आ जाता है, then the CC bond के around जो rotation है वो restrict हो जाता है, and because of the restricted rotation, the planarity and the symmetry associated with the molecule is lost. Despite of the theoretical observation of the molecule being symmetrical, the symmetry is not possible because the two bromine atoms, if they are lying at a very small distance, then there will be lot of repulsion. So because of that, this molecule gets rotated by some angle. अब यहाँ पर जैसे ये रोटेट करेगा तो ओवरऑल मॉलिक्यूल की सिमेट्री लॉस हो जाती है एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट विल हैव नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल मिरर इमेजेस पॉसिबल ड्यू टू विच द ऑप्टिकल एक्टिविटी इज पॉसिबल. So for biphenyl the rule is ortho disubstituted biphenyl is optically active. मतलब the substitution have to be at the ortho position for the repulsions to happen and the molecule to lose the symmetry. Ortho disubstituted biphenyl को देखना है. Option में ortho disubstituted biphenyl is only in one option, that is A. B is not ortho disubstituted, it is mono substituted. यहाँ पर the substitution is only on one ring. Here the substitution is not on the ortho position. मेटा या पैरा पे होगा तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है, तो बाइफेनाइल्स के लिए ऑर्थो डाइसब्स्टिट्यूटेड बाइफेनाइल इज ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव. दैट इज द रूल टू बी रिमेंबर्ड. एंड दिस क्वेश्चन आई हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन इन द ऑप्टिकल आइसोमेरिज्म वाला पार्ट, स्टीरियो आइसोमेरिज्म में हैंड रिटन में दिया हुआ है. एंड दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रीवियस ईयर एमसीक्यूज. इट इज गिवन इन द नोट्स. Previous years, the last question, 16th one. Okay, so apart from the normal optical isomers, when we talk about cumulines and biphenyls, the condition for optical activity, cumulines के लिए क्या बोला था?
Even number.
Even number of double bonds. Even number of double bonds. And biphenyl के लिए अभी बोला मैंने ortho disubstituted होना चाहिए. Ortho disubstitute. That for optical activity, cumulines should have even number of double bonds and biphenyl should have ortho disubstituted groups bonded to it. समझा?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any other conceptual doubt with stereoisomerism?
So can you explain why cis-1,4 cyclohexane shows optical activity?
See, that is based on the chair conformation arrangement. Chair conformation जब हम visualize करते हैं, it is visualize something like this, wherein we had talked about the axial and the equatorial position. So when I talk about 1, 2, 3 and 4, ये वाला fourth carbon और ये वाला 1 carbon, ठीक है? तो इसका cis and trans में if I talk about the valencies, this will be axial, तो second will be नीचे, third will be ऊपर, fourth will be नीचे. मतलब I will have the valences like this. Now what type of arrangement is this? Cis or trans?
Trans.
Trans. And you can specifically call it as trans.
AA.
AA. तो जैसे AA है वैसे we can also have trans
EE.
EE. And if I just try to break this molecule along the diagonal line, what do you observe?
Cos.
There is a symmetry. और अगर सिमेट्री है मतलब इट विल नॉट हैव ऑप्टिकल एक्टिविटी. बट वही चीज अगर मैं सिस की बात करूं देन वन विल बी एक्शियल एंड वन विल बी इक्वेटोरियल. Now, if one is axial and one is equatorial, then there is no symmetry associated in the molecule. और अगर यहाँ पर symmetry नहीं है, इसका मतलब it can show optical activity. इसीलिए 1,4 का cis was optically active. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Anything else?
O7 from module 1.
Yeah. O7, which is incorrect statement about geometrical isomers, right?
Yeah, so only the fourth one. How is that the answer?
हाँ उसमें ना the cycloalkane word is missing. Option 4, cycloalkane doesn't show GI because it has only 7 carbon atoms in ring. Make it as cycloalkane doesn't show GI. That word is missing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Bolo, anything else?
One sample paper.
हाँ. Which question?
P23.
Sample paper 23 in the following skew conformation. Skew is
So now the
E
sample paper, just P23.
pardon?
Module 1, P23.
It's a P23. Consider the following organic compound. To make it a chiral compound, the attack should be on carbon atom number. See, if you have 7 carbon atoms, matlab this is a haptane. Now on the terminal carbon atom, if I substitute the hydrogen by some atom, this particular carbon is not going to be optically active, right? फर्स्ट कार्बन पे अगर अटैक करवाओ समझ में आ रहा है. दिस कार्बन इज हैविंग 3 हाइड्रोजन. इफ आई रिप्लेस वन ऑफ द हाइड्रोजन बाय सम ग्रुप, what will happen? Will it show optical activity? मतलब if I replace one hydrogen by let's say OH, is there any chiral carbon? Hello.
No.
No, sir.
ठीक है. अब सेकेंड कार्बन पे सोचो. So this will become CHOH. Is this carbon chiral now? अरे भाई, अगर I have CH with OH, is the carbon chiral? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, तो सेकेंड कार्बन पे कायरलिटी आ सकती है. ठीक है. अगर मैं वही अटैक थर्ड कार्बन पे कराऊं, तो दिस विल बिकम CHOH एंड आजू बाजू का ग्रुप्स यू कैन सी आर डिफरेंट. मतलब थर्ड पे भी हो सकता है. देन फोर्थ कार्बन पे इफ आई ट्राई इट, देन on the fourth carbon what is going to happen? See,
The two substituent groups will be the same.
वेरी गुड. ये मिडिल कार्बन हो जाएगा तो आजू बाजू का सब्स्टिट्यूएंट इज सेम. मतलब फोर्थ कार्बन पे कायरलिटी नहीं आएगा. अब फिफ्थ कार्बन पे कैन आई से इट इज सिमिलर टू द थर्ड वन, एंड सिक्स्थ कार्बन कैन आई से इट सिमिलर टू द सेकंड वन?
Yes, sir.
मतलब the chirality is possible only by the attack on carbon number 2 या carbon number 3. अब ऑप्शन में देखो कौन सा ऑप्शन वैलिड है.
Okay.
Got it? The answer will be option 2, that is the third carbon. अगर second and third दोनों दिया होता then both would have been the answer, because for the second one and third one we are getting the carbon becoming chiral. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So sample paper question number 23 and 24.
Okay, in the 23rd, the question is in the following skew conformation, what is the angle? Okay, the H dash CC and H double dash angle is to be found. Show it here. So if you look at the Newman's projection, it's given like this. I have H over here, H dash over here, and H over here. And then the behind carbon is having H, यहाँ पे H, and here H double dash. Now the angle which is being asked is H, PC and H double dash. यानी H dash, C behind C and H double dash. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पर if they were eclipsing each other, मान लो ये वाला H exactly इसके behind होता, then what would have been the angle between H dash C, C and H double dash had it been an eclipsed conformation? यहाँ और यहाँ कितना एंगल बन रहा है? H dash C back carbon and H double dash had it been an eclipse conformation like this, यहाँ पर ये क्लैश हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो इसका और इसका एंगल क्या होता?
120.
120. But now this is not an eclipse, it's a skew conformation where the behind carbon is being rotated by 29 degree. So अब आपसे पूछा है what will be the angle now? So this angle is going to be 29 plus 120, right? अरे आर यू क्लियर विद दिस? आप ये 29 डिग्री को भूल जाओ और एक्लिप्स मानो इसको. तो एक्लिप्स मानोगे तो ये एच और ये एच का जो एक्लिप्स एंगल है दैट विल बी 120 डिग्री. ये पार्शियली एक्लिप्स कॉन्फर्मेशन हो जाएगा, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. बट नाउ इट इज रोटेटेड बाय 29 डिग्री. सो ये 29 और जो एक्चुअल एंगल 120 का है वो ऐड करोगे तो यू विल गेट 149 डिग्री. गॉट इट?
Yes, sir.
Next one, you have a very complicated molecule given and we are being asked about the number of chiral carbons. I'll just draw the structure once. CH methyl and the H. And onto this carbon, you have oxygen and a nile group with methyl. Now there is a cyclic ring with a nitrogen. Now, just by looking at the structure, जो chiral carbon आप observe कर सकते हो, let's move from left to right. On the left hand side, this carbon is definitely chiral because it is attached to H, methyl OH and the entire group which is different. Now moving further, these two rings can't have any optical activity possible. अब उसके ऊपर जाओगे तो इज दिस कार्बन ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव?
Yes.
Just look at the four valencies. 1, 2, 3 and the fourth will be 8. मतलब यहाँ पर there will be chirality possible. Moving upwards, is this carbon optically active? इस
Yes.
4 वैलेंसी को देखो, अगर वो डिफरेंट है तो आप हाँ बोलो, नहीं है तो ना बोलो, ठीक है? Then moving, ये तो ब्रिज कार्बन है. Can you visualize? This is a bridge between this carbon and this carbon which is outside. ठीक है? उसके बाद if you see this CH2, it can't be optically active. ये तो CH2 है ना?
Yes, sir.
This carbon,
No.
this carbon, CH2 आया मतलब there
CH2.
can't be optical activity. What about this?
Yes.
Yes, चारों valencies अलग दिख रही है मतलब it will be a chiral carbon. Next, this one.
Yes.
Yes, this one.
No.
It's CH2. And outside देखोगे तो CH2 and CH3 है, वो भी नहीं होगा. उसके बाद राइट में जाओगे तो ऑक्सीजन के साथ there is a phenyl and a methyl group. इनमें भी कोई कार्बन chiral नहीं है. मतलब करना क्या है, आपको हर एक कार्बन को ऑब्जर्व करना है एंड यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द फोर वैलेंसीज ऑफ दैट. इफ दे आर डिफरेंट इट विल बी chiral, if not it will be achiral. So number of chiral carbons here will be equal to 5. Understood?
Yes, sir.
This was actually a JEE question which was asked in the last year's attempt. Number of chiral carbon पूछा गया था. Molecule, though it appears to be complicated, but if you just analyze carbon by carbon, each carbon if you analyze, you will understand how many of them are chiral. आपको number of stereoisomers नहीं पूछा है, तो symmetry वगैरह ये वाली चीजें you don't have to actually think about. You have to just see is the four valencies of carbon different or not. If it is, then it is chiral. If it is not, it will be achiral. That's a simple way to go about.
So for 20, can the answer be B?
Sorry, which one?
21.
If the light waves pass through a Nicol prism, then all the oscillations occur in one plane. Such beam of light is called plane polarized light.
So the answer given is C.
No, 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 it should be B. Plane polarized light ही है, PPL. It's PPL only. Bolo, anything else?
Sir, I had a doubt in 32 in module 2 homework, page 61.
Yeah, page number 61.
Question 32.
The RS configuration of these compounds. Okay, first of all, it's given in the wedge dash projection. There is a benzene ring attached with a carbon having the OH, H, and CF3. So now you can just visualize there is a chiral carbon with OH of phenyl group C6H5. Then there is a CF3 and H. As good as this structure.
Yes, sir.
Now, either you can convert to the Fisher projection or यहाँ पर wedge dash के लिए भी मैंने क्या बोला था? You just look at the configuration and then based on the lowest priority group, if it is on the dash line, whatever answer you are getting, that will be correct. और अगर वो dash line पे नहीं है, then inverted. मतलब reverse करो आपका आंसर. तो इस केस में whatever answer you get, will you invert?
Yes, because it's on the equator.
नहीं 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 लोएस्ट प्रायोरिटी डेस्क लाइन पे हो तो आपको उल्टा नहीं करना है ना.
Okay, so no inversion here.
नो इन्वर्जन रिक्वायर्ड मतलब
Yeah.
व्हाटएवर आंसर यू गेट यू विल बी रिटेनिंग दैट. अब यहाँ पर बात आती है प्रायोरिटी की. सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी इट गोज टू
OH.
OH because oxygen has atomic number 8. Then the carbons are clashing. What will be the set created for CF3? Set मतलब
FF है.
out of the 4 valencies one is going to chiral carbon. बाकी 3 valencies किसको जा रही है वो उसका सेट बनाएगा. मतलब CF3 के लिए डायरेक्टली इट विल बी ट्रिपल F. अब फिनाइल ग्रुप क्या होता है? इट इज एक्चुअली अ कार्बन व्हिच इज बॉन्डेड टू कार्बन व्हिच इज जॉइंड बाय अल्टरनेट सिंगल एंड डबल बॉन्ड्स. ठीक है. तो अब इस कार्बन की वन ऑफ द वैलेंसी इज अटैच्ड टू द chiral कार्बन, राइट? बाकी 3 वैलेंसी किसको अटैच्ड है वो उसका सेट बनाएगा. सो कैन यू टेल मी द सेट ऑफ फिनाइल ग्रुप?
CCC.
वेरी गुड. इट्स C डबल C एंड सिंगल C. तो यहाँ पर जस्ट इस कार्बन को देखो तो ये डबल कार्बन और सिंगल कार्बन से बॉन्डेड है तो सेट बन गया ट्रिपल C. अब ट्रिपल F वर्सेस ट्रिपल C which is at a higher priority?
Triple F.
Triple F. So this will be 2, this will be 3 and this will be 4. Now 4 is behind the plane. So whatever answer you get by rotating 1 से 2 से 3, 1 से 2 से 3 क्या जा रहा है? 1, 2 and 3. It is anti-clockwise. So this configuration will be S. Understood?
Sir, the answer given was A. RRR.
So can you convert it to Fisher?
Fisher में the OH will be ऊपर, phenyl will be down, H will be on the left and CF3 will be on the right. This is 1, 2, 3, H. घूम रहा है clockwise, होगा S. S ही आएगा. Yes. No, it will be S only. Then second one, see कौन सा ऊपर लेना है कौन सा नीचे लेना है that will be based on the observer. So it was given like this. मतलब अगर if I have the observer on to this right hand side, then he will visualize the OH at the top, phenyl at the bottom, H on the left and CF3 on the right. That's how we have converted this into Fisher. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So in the second one, sir, COOH will be down, H will be towards on the right, NH2 will be on the left, right, sir?
वो क्या आ रहा है configuration?
R.
So sorry, NH2H. Now top पे what will you place?
CH2SH.
CH2SH and COH. So this will be of higher priority. इसका सेट बनाओगे तो H, H और S निकलेगा. इसका सेट बनाओगे तो ट्रिपल O निकलेगा. Which will of higher priority now?
Triple O.
Second, third and fourth. 1 2 3 घूम रहा है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज होगा R. Understood?
Yes.
Next में on the left and right, what will be the valences?
Left is H.
H on the left.
H on the left, methyl on the right. ऊपर क्या आएगा? The double bond part or the aldehyde part?
Double bond part.
So that if you convert to structural, it is CH2, CH, double bond C, पे CH3 and CH3. And next में if you see, it is CH2 with CHO. Correct. यहाँ पर if you try to create the set for the methyl, it is triple H. For this, what are the valences? इस कार्बन की बाकी तीन वैलेंसेस सोचो क्या है?
CHH.
C with double H and ऊपर वाला
CHH.
C with HH. तो यहाँ पर अगर सेट क्रिएट करने के बाद भी क्लैश होता है तो यू लुक एट द नेक्स्ट वैलेंसीज ऑफ द कार्बन एटम. मतलब CH2 एंड CH2 क्लैश हो रहा है तो अब इस कार्बन को देखो and now if you observe it is double C and H and here double O and H because CHO is nothing but C double bond O and H. If the set is clashing, then you see the second order of preference, which is with respect to the next carbon. So what for the next carbon atom is the priority more for the above or the below carbon?
The below.
Double O. So this will be first priority, this will be second, methyl will be third, and H will be fourth. So 1 2 3 घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. Combination should be S, R, and S. S, R, and S.
So I have a doubt.
Hmm.
So what are the conditions for inversion of the substituents when drawing fissures from Newman's and wedge and dash?
Newman's में तो normally you will have two chiral carbons. So Newman's into Fisher will always be for the two chiral carbon. अब यहाँ पर जो options यानी structures दिए हैं, they are for single chiral carbon only. तो single chiral में आपको wedge dash से Fisher में ही convert करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah,
Condition क्या है? The dash वाला valency will be on the left and the wedge वाला valency, dark wedge will be on the right. And the two valencies of the carbon which are in the plane will be on the vertical line.
okay. So,
So just cancel off the option and make it as SR with S. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt in question 24 of module homework.
Page number?
59.
Okay. The number of, sorry, 24th you said, right?
Yes, sir.
How many stereoisomers of the following molecule are possible? Now, if you look at the compound given, it is carbon with two double bonds. What is that called?
Cumulene.
Cumulins. And cumulins with even number of double bonds shows
No GI.
no GI, but it can show
OI.
OI. And there will be two possible structures of that particular arrangement. Either the two COH would be on the same side or on the opposite side. उसके basis पे cumulins with even number and two double bonds can show two stereoisomers.
Okay, sir, thank you.
No GI but OI और OI कितने होंगे? दो होंगे. Odd होता तो GI बताता.
So I had a doubt in module 2, classwork 13,
Page number please.
45.
13 of the first part or the isomerism part?
Isomerism part.
Page 45, 13th. Which one of the following contains asymmetric carbon atom? A and D both have the asymmetric carbon atom. B में नहीं है, C में नहीं है. The answer given. D is given. 13 should be A and D both.
So I won't be
Sir,
the answer.
so but A has two H's on it, so it won't be chiral.
So only D has a chiral carbon.
Sorry. B में तो there is C, A में there is C with 2H which is clashing, that is CH2, so this won't be chiral. Sorry, I observed as methyl. Option B में there is C with 3H, so 3H clash हो रहा है and second carbon पे 2 Cls है which is clashing. C में there is 3H and 3H. Obviously, it is not having a chiral carbon, so only D has it. Got it?
So but in D, okay, so I got it.
देखो ना 2 Cl और 3 H clash हो रहा है. Understood?
Yes, I got it.
ठीक, anything else? Yes? Okay, I'll not start with the new part now because there's only about 10 minutes left. Okay, so any other doubt, any other conceptual doubt with respect to stereo? Yes?
So can you explain the wedge to Fisher once more conversion?
See, generally, wedge dash में two of the bonds which are lying in the same plane is indicated by normal bonds. The dark wedge is coming towards the observer and the dashed wedge is going away from the observer. Let's say the valences over here is A and B in the plane. C towards and D going away. So now to convert this into the equivalent Fisher projection, the bonds which are in the plane are flattened on the vertical line, and the bond which is on the dashed line goes to the left, and on the dark wedge it goes to the right. समझा?
Yes, sir.
So this is a carbon with two valencies which will be flattened on the vertical line, and this two will be on the horizontal line, dash on the left and dark on the right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, but how do we figure out which one goes up and which one goes down?
See, you have to place the observer accordingly. अगर आपका observer यहाँ पर है मान लो, ठीक है? So as an observer, he is visualizing the dashed वाला valency on the left and dark वाला valency on the right, and A and B is flattened. A ऊपर है तो ऊपर रहेगा, B नीचे है तो नीचे जाएगा.
Okay, sir.
So can you explain when there will be a plane of symmetry in a Fisher compound?
See, normally अगर structure दिया है तो let's say we have H with OH, H with OH and a CH3, CH3, and this is a plane of symmetry. ठीक है? But if the valencies are given like OH with H and a CH3, यहाँ पे CH3 with OH and H, something like this. अब ये exactly molecule कैसा है, symmetrical है कि नहीं है, उसके लिए the best way to figure out is RS configuration. ठीक है? So visualizing this structure, you will see that you don't observe a symmetry. समझा? इसलिए मैंने क्या बोला कि इस केस में RS configuration figure out करो. If you get the RS or SR, then there is a symmetry. If you get RR या SS, then it's an enantiomer.
Okay. Okay.
Understood?
So the second one is not symmetrical, right?
That you have to figure out with the RS configuration. So this will be 1, 2, 3 घूम रहा है anti-clockwise होगा R. 1, 2, 3 घूम रहा है anti-clockwise R. RR मतलब it is an enantiomer. डायरेक्टली देखकर आप नहीं बता सकते हो. That is something you should understand. Because if the valencies are given randomly, then the best way to figure out is identifying the correct RS configuration. Understood?
So for next week combo, it will only include reaction mechanism or everything.
No. Next week combo, I'll be taking a combo of IUPAC isomerism part entirely. Matlab it will be IUPAC, structural and stereo. I'll not keep reaction mechanism. I'll shift it to the next week.
Sir, in that RR that you just drew, the bottom one will be S, right? Because it's anti-clockwise and hydrogen is on the axial position.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. RS आ रहा है मतलब this is actually a mesomer, not an enantiomer.
So it's a mesomer of the first one.
Yeah, similar to the first one.
So this one will have symmetry, right?
This one will have symmetry. मतलब दिखने में ये symmetrical नहीं है, but based on the RS configuration, it is having a symmetry and it's a meso compound.
Okay.
Clear है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So next week के लिए I'm keeping IUPAC and isomerism as a combo. Reaction mechanism, I'll be shifting it to the next week. Next week. Okay.
Yes, sir.